This training video will show you how to create a new course in the Pertrain LMS. To get started, under the training menu, click on Courses. This shows you all the courses currently in the system. Click Add Course. Then select a name for your new course. Select the course type. You can also add an internal code or a national code if required, and you can also say whether the course is a high-risk activity, and that will be filtered through to the reports later on down the track. We can also add a description to let the learner know what the course is all about. And then hit save. Once you've hit save, you'll see that there are some new tabs across the top: Mapping, Assessors, Documents, and Sections. Let's quickly have a look at the mapping area. So this is where you assign a course to people based on what business unit they are, departments, or position. And we can also make the course a core course by changing that to a yes, confirm. And now every user in the system will be required to do this course. We can turn that off and then go and select a area, so department, everyone in mining, and click add. And what this does is basically tells the system anybody in the mining department requires to do this course. We can also do a combination, everybody in mining, all managers, add. So all managers within the mining department will also need to do the course. So that's the mapping. We can also remove the mapping by pressing the red minus key. Under the Assessors tab, we have all the assessors in the system, and we can turn the assessors on or off depending on who can assess the course. So typically someone that's allowed to be assessor already holds that qualification and is a trainer and assessor. The documents, we can upload a document for, let's say it could be a competency unit, for example, and we would upload that at this level so that when someone's going in to do the course, they can download that document for additional information. Under sections, every course is made up of multiple sections. So we can have one or two, up to as many as you want, sections. An example of this would be something like an induction, where you would have many sections. You'd have an introduction, you'd have risk assessment, you might have first aid, and all of those sections will make up that course. In this particular case, we have one section already developed, and this is automatically added when you create the course. So let's click on the new course section. Within here, we have new tabs. So we can change the name if you want to. We can add a description of this section. We can also change the expiry period. So as a default, it's 24 months. We can change that to anything. We can also say that it doesn't expire, which means that the course is valid for the history of life. We can add a cost to the course, and we can also upload the information for this section. So under a SCORM package, we can add a SCORM package by clicking on the little plus over to the right. Name this package, so we might call this one of the drug and alcohol. Choose a file. On your system, let's go and find a, let's have a look, drugs. There is a drug and alcohol e-learning package. This is SCORM 1.2. Hit save, and it will upload that file into the system. It will extract it, and it will just work. So there's the drug and alcohol SCORM package now ready to go. Okay, under videos, we can upload videos as well using the same process. Pages is basically it's a content management system. So we can add a page here by clicking the little plus, name, let's just call this page 1. And here's a little WYSIWYG editor hi, this is the beginning of the course. So you can basically type in your content here. You can add photos. It's a little bit like Word, and just hit save. Let me close that window up, and there's page 1. Add another page, page 2, give it a heading. Page 2, upload photos, save, and then close. We can also reorder the pages by using this, but this is a really easy way to create content for your course. Documents, so we can add existing documents, so add a document. We can link to a web page, we can upload a document or link to a DMS. So basically we'll go to a quick link. You give the link a name. It's a instruction, or it could be a section information, assessment information, policy, description. We can give it an expiry date if we want to. We can also make it an assessor only, so only assessors can see the information. And then just type in a web address and then hit save. Then we can close that window when we're finished. So that link will be within the training material when someone comes in to do it. We can go back to courses here, or we can go into the assessments. So the same thing with the sections. We can also have many assessments. So again, the drug and alcohol automatically gets an assessment that we don't need to put in, we don't have to put in questions here, but if you don't, the only way the learner can pass the assessment is if an assessor actually goes in and overrides that trainee. If you want to add an assessment, click on drugs. We can rename this if we like. We can give that an internal code, a national code, give that a bit of a description. We can also say how many questions to ask. If you leave it blank, it will just ask all those questions. We can leave that as a percentage pass, 100%, if you leave it blank. We can give it a number of attempts of allowed, so we can say the trainee can only do it 3 times, and then they'll be locked out, and then they'll need to go and ask a system administrator to reset their attempts. We can also then add some questions. So clicking on the questions tab here, and then adding a new question. You have different types of questions. You've got multi-choice, free text, and file upload. Multi-choice is your typical A, B, C, D. Your free text is for an assignment, asking them to type in an answer. And then a file upload would be something like an assignment where they have to go and create a Word document or PowerPoint and then upload that into the system. The multiple choice, however, is the only one that the system can mark automatically. So it's a good idea just to keep the multiple choice. We can make this a call question, which means if you have a bank of questions, let's say you have 20 questions and you only want to ask 10, well, if you click call, this will be one question that will be asked every time. So what we need to do is, for the question, is ask the question. So is this a question? Question mark. Under the question options, we can say yes, and that is the correct answer. And then we can add an additional question option by clicking the little plus. No, add another one, maybe. So we can customize that. You can put in whatever text you want in here. You can have multiple answers if you need to. Any assessor's notes. So this is covered in topic 4. So when the trainee answers this question, the assessor can actually come in and have a look and see what has been done, and get a bit of an idea of where to go and where to direct the student if they're having troubles. We can also put an answer link here to the correct answer. So after the first attempt, we can have little hints and then link that directly back to the training material. So let's just hit save there. And then close that box. So now we have a question, and you just basically follow the same process to add additional questions.